This is not the sound of a stream running through the mountains. It's water from a leaking pipe trickling down a stairway. That's not a frog splashing into a lake. It's a piece of sheetrock falling into a puddle on a kitchen floor. And that's not a hiker taking a deep breath of mountain air. It's a homeowner gasping at the sight of a $12,000 water damage repair bill. 40% of homeowners have experienced water damage. Protect your home with the Moen Smart Water Monitor and Shutoff. Moen.
Today on CityCast Madison. Spring's a special time in our city. Our hamlet gets that jolt of energy after the long winter, and signs of life pop up all around us. So our team's bringing you our guide to making the most out of May in Madison. It's Wednesday, May 1st. I'm Bianca Martin, and here's what Madison's talking about. Hello! If you are new here, welcome. We are so friggin' glad that you're joining us. CityCast Madison is a podcast where we talk about news and life in the Madison area. We want to connect you to Madison and to one another. And so far, it's been going really swell. Met a lot of you, and I don't know, our city kind of rocks. Hey, we also have new episodes every weekday. So every Thursday, you should know, we talk about food. And every Friday, we look at some of the biggest news stories of the week. And each day, we talk to the people who are making Madison a lively and interesting place to live. And today, we're talking about some of our favorite things to do in Madison this month and general life hacks for living in the Madison area. So we know you might have just been coming to the podcast. Welcome. Thank you. And joining me today is our Madison Minutes newsletter editor, Haley Sperling. If you don't subscribe, by the way, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to our newsletter. Haley, how are you?
Hello, Bianca. Yes, if you don't subscribe to Madison Minutes, what are you doing? Subscribe to Madison Minutes right now.
Yes. I mean, literally the kudos and accolades come in for the amazing work that Haley does on our newsletter, and it's very engaging with people in our community. It's full of helpful things to know, place to catch up on local news, and just a place to find out what's going on around town. There's a lot of events, so definitely subscribe. And we're here with our executive producer, Molly Stentz. What's good?
Hello. I was like, we'll wait. If you need a minute to go do that right now, we'll wait. We're here. We're here.
Yeah, we're going to be here. So we are going to get into what is happening this month. Y'all, what are you most looking forward to for the month of May?
Well, I can tell you that there are probably a few thousand University of Wisconsin seniors that are very excited to graduate this month. Mm-hmm. Commencement is happening May 11th for bachelor's, law, and master's degree candidates at Camp Randall. It's the big, exciting ceremony that, people go to celebrate graduation. So it's super exciting. That also means there's probably going to be a lot of traffic that weekend, especially because it's downtown Camp Randall. Again, it's Saturday, May 11th. It's at noon. So it'll be like pretty much right when all the farmers market traffic clears out. Everyone will still be there for graduation, but it's very exciting. The commencement speaker is a former Olympian and captain of the women's U.S. hockey team in 2018, which is super, super cool.
That's cooler than the one I got when I graduated.
What did you get?
I graduated in December, and it was like a Coca-Cola representative or something. It was like, what?
I'm sure they were very nice.
Someone else got, an actor from Workaholics, and, we got, he was very excited to be there. So that was nice.
It's all about the energy that they bring, right?
Truly.
And so, commencement, it's an exciting time, and it's a very special energy, and having sat in Camp Randall myself several redacted years ago, it was a beautiful time. But like I said, it's May 11th, and my graduation was beautiful, bright, sunny. They actually put out water bottles for us, which was very nice. But when my brother he graduated from like his master's program. It was literally snowing in May. And my parents were like, do you want to come to the graduation ceremony? And I was like, no, absolutely not. So
Good job, bro. See ya.
I was like, he's already graduated once before. It's fine. I'm cold. Like,
That's hilarious.
so congrats to the class of 2024. You guys are doing it.
You did it. That's from Legally Blonde.
And for the rest of us, give up on any hope of brunch or breakfast or anything in downtown. Do not bring people to town this weekend. Don't ask me how I know this.
Because you've seen it. You've lived it.
Yes, because some of us far removed from graduation kind of forget that that's a thing that happens until you run smack dab into all the traffic and the lack of being able to get into any restaurant that weekend. So
yeah, don't try and get a good dinner reservation, a brunch reservation. It is simply not going to happen. People have been booked out for months. But again, congrats, grads. Yay.
Congratulations. From a couple Badgers to you. We're talking about beautiful sights. May just brings up gardens and beautiful things that are blooming. That's all that's on my mind when I'm walking around these streets.
that's what May means to me. It is the start of our growing season. I feel like it is already short enough. So we want to pounce on it the minute we can. And that's always the big discussion in May, right? Is like, when is it safe to plant? That's what I feel like everyone asks me, like, can I put them out yet? Can I get flowers? Can I get plants? Can I do it? So that's the big debate, right? I feel like if you talk to folks that have lived here for a while, they will tend toward Memorial Day, right? Like the end of the month as the safe time. Because as you mentioned, like, it can frickin' snow in May. But if you talk to people that moved here more recently, they are ready to go Mother's Day. They're like, let's do it. It is warm. It is nice. It's in the 70s. Why not? The last average frost date is recently typically been around May 10th or 15th, but it's inching closer. It's inching closer. And looking at the forecast now, I think we're safe. I said it out loud.
Fingers crossed.
So I think you can start to put your plants out pretty soon. I will say, maybe wait a little bit on the basil. People are always really excited to do that. And basil is a very, very frost-sensitive plant. Some things really like the heat, and they really want warm soil, too. So you can plant them now. It's not like they'll die, but they just won't do much, you know, particularly like tomatoes and peppers. They'll just kind of sit there and be cold and wet and soggy and just be like, eh.
And would it impact the flavor? That's something that I remember talking to one of the coordinators for the Dane County Farmers Market this year. She was saying, depending on the weather, that some plants might actually taste different depending on the frost.
Yeah, that tends to be your like leafy green, like spinach and carrots. There are certain plants for which the cold weather actually makes them sweeter because the plants, in response to the harsh temperatures, create more sugars. And so it makes them sweeter.
Is that what happens to us over the winter? We plump up. We need more sugars.
Exactly. I'm just producing more sugar to stay warm.
Yeah.
Also, so this weekend brings back all the farmers markets. Like the Dane County one is always the first one to go. It's the biggest. It's the oldest. But then all the other markets come online in May, like the Northside Market, which is my favorite. That's the one that I sell at. I love it there. Also, the West Side Market and the East Side Market, the Monona Market, all the markets, South Side Market, they all spring to life in May. So it's just, there's an abundance of riches, an abundance of plants. It's also plant sale time. Those few weeks in mid-May where it's just like plants everywhere because people are like, just go now.
What plants should you get if you're not already in the loop? Be like, I like plants. Which ones should you pick up this time? Yeah.
I feel like most of the local garden centers and grocery stores will have seedlings like veggies, you know, lettuces, greens, and then your worm-loving crops like tomatoes, peppers, eggplants. Then there's the native plant sale, like the one that happens at the Arboretum. If you're looking for perennials or you're looking for some nice wildflowers or grasses or prairie plants that you want in your yard, they always have this huge, huge, huge selection, and it's wildly popular. So my best advice to you is go early. So that's on May 18th at the Arboretum from 10 to 2. More than 200 species of native grasses, woodland, prairie, and savanna plants. But it does sell out.
Hear that? Believe it or not, summer is just around the corner. Luckily, Armor All, America's most trusted auto appearance brand, has what your car needs to get that perfect summer shine. Plus, now through May 31st, we'll give you $5 for every $20 you spend on Armor All products. That means car wash pods, protectant, tire shine, you name it. Find out how to get your $5 rebate at armorall.com. Armor All, less work, more clean. Terms apply.
Hi, it's Stephen Colbert, and I'm here to tell you about The Late Show Pod Show, which is the podcast of The Late Show with me, Stephen Colbert, and I'm here with my producer of the podcast, Becca. Hi, Becca.
Hi, Stephen.
So what do people get when they listen to The Late Show Pod Show? Let's sell this thing.
The extended moments, for sure, because we run out of time for broadcast, but we have plenty of time on the podcast.
It's kind of like being a live audience member of the show because you get things that no one else hears. Listen to The Late Show Pod Show with Stephen Colbert wherever you get your podcasts.
You brought up the Arboretum, and something that I saw that was going on this month, coming up pretty soon here, is there's a garden tour at the Arboretum for lilacs. And this is the one time a year that I will be around the city looking absolutely crazy with my face in lilac bushes. So, and I have zero shame, and I just am absorbing one of the most beautiful things that the world has to offer. And they always are only here for just a second. And I think UW, they're celebrating an anniversary, like 85 years. And they've got someone named David Stevens, a garden curator, who's going to like go through lilac history and lore and culture and walk around. You can go enjoy the lilac. I mean, what do you guys say?
Lilacs. I would love to hear some lilac lore. Like, what is the lore about these lilacs? I love it.
Oh, and you know, it reminds me of my mom because my mom, I may have told this story last year, but you're getting it again. You'll get it next year too. But I mean, the lilacs come around Mother's Day, and both my grandma and my mom are lilac thieves. And they taught us to be lilac thieves. And it's like, okay, we got to go find the lilacs. So we never had our own lilac bushes. And it's like the time when, you know, this is like, how do you do it? And you go snip from somebody else's lilac bush. And I'm actually really curious what you guys think is acceptable, because I have a few lilac bushes really close to me, and they're only here for like a couple of weeks. So my thought is share the wealth. You know, you're not going to be able to hold on to that wealth. You're going to die in 2 weeks.
So true. So true.
Yeah. Are you guys pro, con? What are your thoughts about going and like snipping somebody else's lilacs? Is that allowed? Because I'm like, don't know. And I don't do it. But then I think about it regularly. I used to do it.
I'm generally always pro stealing. I don't know. I just think sometimes I just think we should be allowed to have things. And if you need to snip them off of someone else's branch, like, okay. You know, as long as it's not like invasive, and especially if they're like kind of peering over a fence, you know, then like it's everyone's flower.
It's on the sidewalk. It's in my way.
It's in your way. It could have just fallen off, you know? Like,
That's
who's
true.
to say? But yeah, I'm going to leave that at that. Pro stealing.
I might draw a distinction of where the lilacs are, because I'm just thinking, like, if I was in my front yard or if I was out gardening and like somebody walked by and they were like, hey, can I have some lilacs? I would be like, absolutely. Here's a vase. Let me put together an arrangement for you. I would probably be geeking out that they enjoyed them as much as I did. But if I like came home one day and found someone in my yard just like getting stuff off my plants, I might feel some kind of way about somebody just like creeping around my house. You know, I might feel weird about that.
That's fair.
What if it was on the edge though? Like they're not in your yard even. They're just on the sidewalk.
And that's what I say. Like, if it was at an apartment building, where it was just like there and I didn't think anybody was enjoying them, they were just there as landscape plants, like, yeah, I would. But if it was somebody's personal bush, I would feel a little weird about that.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, we don't like stealing from actual people. That's not nice. We like stealing from establishments and from the man, from big corporations, from lilac corporations.
But also, like, how dare you put this worldly pleasure right next to the sidewalk and be like, all mine. You can smell, but don't touch. No, just kidding. Now I'm victim blaming the lilac bush. I love lilacs. Y'all, everyone loves lilacs. I'm so grateful they're here. And it's, we could take it. You can take your love. If you're a lilac lover, you can take your love to the next level. Go to the Arboretum.
Do you know the trick? Do you cut them?
Share the trick.
So, you know how like they kind of wilt real fast sometimes?
Yes.
You can cut up the stem, like slice it and kind of peel it apart. So there's more surface area for the water to get into. It'll like slurp it up. Some people smash it with a hammer. I have always been like, yeah, I'm not into that. But I do slice up. Like if you slice up the stem, kind of peel it apart.
Oh my gosh.
It'll make them last longer.
You get to last longer. For y'all who are thinking about our conversation, like, I'm really curious, what's your take? Is it allowed? Would you take somebody's lilacs? Or is it like, how dare you even consider such a thing? Email us, madison@citycast.fm, because I genuinely need to know, because I'm out here equivocating. I'm worried. I'm in my mind. But I would just really like some lilacs. I don't have a bush. How do we fix that?
Everyone needs them. Everyone needs lilacs this time of year because they come for the moms and then they go so soon.
Shout out to the moms. Mother's Day's coming up. I ain't got plans. I might see my grandmother. I'll probably go pick up Far Breton Bakery. So baked goods, because that's what I've done for my family ever since we interviewed Marie. I've gone there and like brought these fantastic Queen and Ma. I don't know. They're like little sugar buns from heaven, buttery treat delights. And my family, every time it's like my go-to. Every time I bring them home, they're like, what is this? Like, it's Madison, man. We got the goods.
I love it. Well, another big kind of Madison thing that's happening, getting its start in May, is the night market. Molly mentioned all of the farmers markets that are kicking off in May, but the Madison night market, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It is shopping downtown at night, which is very exciting. Sassy. It is on State Street, and it's bigger and better than ever this year because they're adding vendors like around the Capitol Square too. So night market is back with a vengeance. They're going to have food trucks and musicians and all that good stuff. So very exciting. They do them like pretty much monthly. The first one kicks off, it's May 9th from 5 to 9 p.m. And then they also have them in June, August, September, and October. So if you missed the first one, there are opportunities for more. But of course, like, it gets a little chilly in the later ones. So, why not check it out in May?
Have you guys gone? I totally missed them last year. I missed it 100%, each one.
I've gone to like one or two, I think. And like pretty much every time I go, it's just like kind of by accident. But it's a happy accident. It's just because I'm like, oh, I've ended up downtown and it is also night market time. And it's like fun and cute. And they put out like, there are some very Instagrammable moments there. Like they have like a little like night market sign that people are always taking photos in front of. And it's very cute. And the vibe is very lovely. It's a good time. It's a very good time.
I feel like people bring almost like campers, and like set up their booths inside little camper vans around downtown, which is kind of brilliant because then you don't have to like lug everything and set it up on a table and then pack it up. You just kind of invite people into your little camper. There are a few stores that did that. That was fun.
It sounds like I've gone to like a winter market in Chicago, and it's like all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's a city inside the city. It's like all of these villages just like popped up. It also sounds like a really cute like date night.
Oh, it would be such a cute date night. Oh, are you trying to drop a hint, Bianca?
Yes.
If anyone's listening.
If you're listening, which you're not, I'm just kidding. Might be. I know families listening, to drop the hint. No, do you guys, are there any like vendors that stand out?
Yeah, it's like local artists, jewelry crafters, just a bunch of people doing a bunch of stuff. There's like more than 100 plus vendors. That's what they're advertising.
Wow.
So
That's big.
You got your pick of the litter.
That's bigger than I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And it's very exciting. And this kind of coincides too with the city kicking off its pilot program for the State Street Pedestrian Mall. So it's very exciting. People will get a chance to see all of the new planters and murals and benches that the city's set up over on the 400 through 600 blocks of State Street, because starting hopefully the week of May 6th, cars will no longer be allowed in that area for most of the day. So it's exciting. It'll be a cool thing. But yeah, there's a bunch of different vendors happening at the night market. Yeah, good stuff. May 9th.
Anything else May related that folks should know? Any hacks? I feel like I'm thinking about biking around the lake. There's some beer crawls apparently happening. My hack for being a new Madisonian in the summer, make a friend that bikes. Follow them.
Find a friend on the bike trail. Ask them, where are you going? Can I come? That's it.
Truly. And if you see a big group of them, even better. They might be on a crawl. Which, in fact, there is literally a crawl happening this coming weekend on Saturday. That's Lake Loop Bike Beer Crawl. And that's my thing when I got to Madison, that I was just like, oh, Madison's so cool. Everyone's so hip. Everyone hangs out on bikes and pulls up to different places. They're going to be stopping at like 6 different spots. So if that sounds interesting to you, it sounds interesting to me.
Get outside, enjoy it. It's finally warm and gorgeous and beautiful, and the plants are back. Yay, happy spring.
Happy spring, y'all. Get on it. Thank you so much, Molly Stentz and Haley Sperling.
Yay.
Bye.
That's all for today here on CityCast Madison. I'm Bianca Martin. If you enjoyed this show, why not share this episode with a mom? We'll be back tomorrow morning with more stories from around the city. Until then, go enjoy the new flowers.